Welcome back to the Anthony Lee Crypto Channel. We are live. It is Monday. We're at a little bit different time today. In case you missed the stream last week, we have started doing the U.S. market open with VIP Discord only. And then we're going to do this, what I call the more comprehensive stream, a little later in the day, sometime around now, 10, 11 o'clock, somewhere in there. We may do different times depending on what news events and things are going on that day, but here we are. So first of all, I'm having a little trouble with my chat. I can see you guys in the regular chat. I started having trouble this morning in the live stream, VIP Live, but I wasn't able to fix it. I wasn't sure if it was just the stream at the time, but now it looks like it's something a little more technical. I suck at technical. So I have to take a look at it, but I can see your chat. I just can't pop it up on the screen. So chat away, and I can see it. I just won't be able to display it for everyone else. So I'll try to get that fixed today at some point. Let's see who's here though. Max, morning, Max. Thanos, my main man, Jane International, the lovely Catherine Lee. On her business page, we're being graced with, you see that little gray box around her name with the check mark? That means 100,000 plus subscribers. We're being graced with her presence this morning on the stream. She goes by Jane, but her name is Catherine Lee, and she is gracing us with her presence on the stream today. We should all feel honored. I have to say that. I get brownie points, guys. I get brownie points. Carrie Benz, what's up, bro? Hey, Carrie Benz, were you able to reach out to that person I told you? No big deal. It's not even my business. I'm just hoping he can help. I'm just trying to look out, brother. West Coast, howdy, liking the new format. I am too. Got in a trade this morning, guys, on the stream, and that's just how it's going to be. And I understand we haven't done that little 8:30 to 8:45 5-minute change in structure trade in a while. So if you didn't take the trade, that's cool, but that's what we're going to be able to be doing from now on. So Carrie Ben says yes, no answer yet. Okay, cool. He's usually slow, and I think they're somewhere else in the world. So they're like our noon is their midnight, so it's usually a day later. Whenever I hear from my rep, I don't talk to that guy, but when I hear from my rep, it's usually a day later. So maybe give it a day. If you haven't heard back, I'd reach out again. Or maybe he's following up. He may be the type that doesn't want to be like, hey, I'll check on it. He may be the type that wants to come back to you and be like, okay, this is what I found out, and this is what we can do. So, which I like better. Don't shoot me fluff. Just come back with an answer. I'm going to look into it. Come back and tell me what you can do after you've investigated. But anyway, we're going to be doing that trade from now on. That trade or a similar trade. So don't feel bad if you missed it, but now you know we're going into it with a plan. I will not. You can do whatever you want to do. I will not FOMO into that 8:30 move because I have spent years trading that open, and I have figured out their system, which happens 90% of the time, and I will take the higher probability trade. If you think you're better and you can do both, you can trade with 8:30 and 8:45, so be it. I ain't doing it. Because as you can see on the trade today, they started out tick at 8:30 and then went vroom, and we waited until 8:45 to get the draw back. So they induced you long to only take it short, which was the real fake move. And then 8:45 we caught the long and we nailed it. I did get stopped out. I don't know where the P&L is. I made like $72. So I did have a P&L. I got to get logged back in. I'll show you guys the P&L for $66. It's about 10% of my account. And we discussed earlier, for those of you that weren't on the stream, I am going to start showing for a while, for most trades, I'm going to just show the percentage only. Because I want you guys to get used to percentage trades. And why is just 9% only $66? Well, for those that aren't in the VIP Discord, it's because I made $2,100 on this trade before that. With a higher margin and $700 on spot trade, which I gave in the VIP Discord last night. So I'm up $3,000 on the day, and so I just didn't want to give it all back on a middle of the range trade, which is what it was. I mean, you see the range, right? Well, I'm on the 10-minute chart. Let's zoom out a little. I discussed this earlier, but you see the range. Not what it is now, because we've come down here, but prior to today, other than this bottom way down here, the range was this, right? There to there, all right? So we came down, swept the range, so I was comfortable putting a higher margin, right? More leverage, higher margin on this trade versus just a trade right up here in the middle of the range, okay? We're not at the bottom. We're not at the top. We're somewhere in the middle. So I didn't want to give it all back on a trade. So it's just about being smart. If you're going to middle of the range trade because you need to feed that gambling addiction or trading addiction or whatever you want to call it, I just advise you to go smaller margin. So if you do get in a bad trade, you don't lose much. And then, not financial advice, but when you get a higher probability trade setup, like an SFP of the high or an SFP of the low, then go a higher margin or higher leverage, whatever you're comfortable with. But that is a better trade management setup than just taking a willy-nilly trade here in the middle that really could go either way. Now, you have me to guide you on that U.S. market open because I've done it for years, so we have a little edge there. I've kind of figured out the system, but still, it's middle of the range. So it's a scalp trade. If it turns into a swing, so be it. We've done a couple live on here that, we took the trade, 845 trade, expected to make $100, $200, and made 2,000. We've done several. So sometimes they turn into runners, but treated those trades as scalps. And treat these at the bottom and the top, treat those as day trades, swing trades, which means higher margin, more room to run. But anyway, people get, and I know when I was first starting out, I would see people making $2,000, $3,000, $5,000, $10,000 a trade, and I'd be over here like at 30, 40, 50 bucks a trade, and I wouldn't want to take it. I'd be like, I'm just gonna let it run. I'm gonna make 10,000 like they do, and I would get wrecked. And in reality, that 50, 60 bucks I was making was like 50% of my account or 30% of my account, and I would look at their P&L at, they'd make $2,000 and it was like 30%. I'm like, wait, they're taking 30% trade at $2,000 profit. I should take 30% trade at $60 profit. And then when you have a bigger account, you're psychologically trained to take profit at 10%, 20%, 30%, not $1,000, $2,000, $3,000. That way when your account size grows, you're trained on taking a percentage so your dollars will grow. You gotta learn to trade percentages. So I think I'm gonna stop showing dollars for a bit. But if you want to see my dollars, I have no problem with that. Just DM me, and I will gladly add you can just check the box to show P&L or percentage, and I'll gladly add it back in and send it to you directly. Anyway, enough of that. We're going to go right into the TA today. There is no news today. Asia is still closed today for their week-long New Year's holiday. They're back open tonight. Guys, I'm telling you. When Asia opens tonight, watch out. I don't know which way they're going to go, but they've been closed for a week, and you better believe there's some liquidity built up. The U.S. doesn't like to take its own liquidity, nor does China or Asia. They like to take the liquidity from the other markets, right? Because the market maker in U.S. is building its own liquidity. So why would he go take his own liquidity? It makes no sense. They want the other market's liquidity. So when Asia opens, there's a week of liquidity it's going to go try to grab. Believe it. Expect fireworks tonight. There's no news today, no news reports, and no major news reports in any market. So I don't expect much today. I drew this earlier. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me just to kind of see something like this today when Asia comes tonight. Why up, Anthony? Why up? Why would they go up, Anthony? Why? Well, liquidity was already grabbed from the downside. And since Asia's been closed, there's been no liquidity grabbed to the upside. I think we go up, guys. I don't care what it looks like, right? And remember, the biggest moves to the upside come when it looks super bearish and vice versa. Okay? I could be wrong. Just think of rollover. Technically, we've changed market structure. However, I harped on this last week that we've been in the symmetrical triangle. Let me show you guys something. Let me show you something. I think you're going to like this. I keep saying I'm not a pattern bro, but then I keep showing you patterns. It's like, what? All right. Talking about this last week. Let's go to, let's just keep it on the 6-hour time frame. So we're in this range ever since the big dump-ola and bounce. We've just been kind of in this range. I put a volume profile on this range within the macro volume profile, right? But we've been trading this symmetrical triangle, right? All right, we talked about last week about how when you break out of a symmetrical triangle, 9 times out of 10, it's a fake out. Whether it be the upside or downside, you know, you'll bounce, 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 fake out, then move in the direction, right? Okay? Well, we just broke this to the downside, which would imply we could still come a little lower. Matter of fact, I was looking for this target. I took this trade last night, but I didn't take it until we had a confirmed SFP above both of these lows. I didn't take it till here, so I didn't take the bottom because I was looking for the green box. So we can still come down there. However, I do think this is going to be a fake out because that's what it is. I don't know the exact stat, but I bet you it's 80 to 90% of the time a fake out of a symmetrical triangle. Also, if you look, me, Mr. Non-Pattern Bro, let's assume this wasn't an actual symmetrical triangle. It just appeared that way at first, but now it's revealed itself to be a falling wedge, all right, or a descending channel, whatever, Pattern Bro, whatever you want to call it. Okay, which we know is a bearish pattern with a bullish bias, right? Bearish, lower lows, lower highs, boom, for a sweep of the liquidity, okay? Either way you look at this, the probability is for a bullish breakout. Either way you want to draw it. The probability, not certainty, the probability is for a bullish breakout, okay? Now, that doesn't mean we're going to 100K. I mean a swoop of the highs before setting the new low. Well, Anthony, why do you say that? Why do you think we're going to set a new low? Why can't we bullish breakout? Well, lots of reasons. Number one, I don't think the bottom's in. But number two, let's go to the fractal. Okay, I know fractal. I'm not a pattern bro, but here we go. More fractals. We have expected and called for this low before the high. I've been calling for this for weeks, guys. If you look, I'm going to pull this bars pattern. This is from the 2022 cycle at the point we're at currently, okay? Okay, so I've been drawing this the entire time. I'm going to draw it again, but I've been drawing the entire time, all right? This is what we're in now, right? Okay, I'm going to draw it on the blue pattern too. Same thing, right? Same exact thing, okay? And what happened? Let's look at the blue fractal, okay? You set the low. Came up, kind of snaked through here, and then you swept this low that you set after the bounce. You swept it before taking the high, right? Okay, well, what happened here? We set the low. We came up and we snaked through here, and last night we took the low. It's playing out exactly the same. And now I expect the high to get taken and come down. It is playing out exactly the same. And I don't just mean this fractal. I mean, almost the entire dang 4-year cycle is playing out exactly the same. And you've seen that pattern. You've seen the chart. I've thrown it on here 1,000 times. But just in case you've missed it, this is just the entire leg down so far. It's playing out exactly the same. So I don't expect this to be any different, right? Any different. And thus far, it's been like magic. So I'm going to continue to stick to this until it breaks, right? By the way, I got a poll in chat. I'd be curious to see what you think. Do we break out to the upside, or is this it? The fractal not in play. And if you don't think the fractal's in play, you may be correct. But I guarantee you, I guarantee you, I was in this last cycle. Some of you weren't. I remember, because everybody was freaking out. Oh my gosh, we're going to crash. It's going to zero. When you got here and took this low, everybody thought it was going straight down. That's how they want you to feel. That's how you're supposed to feel. Do you know how many people got short right here? Do you have any idea how many people got short right here last night? Millions and millions got short, just like I told you they would when you broke the low. They're trapped. They're not liquidated. They're not stopped out yet, a lot of them, but they are absolutely trapped. And if they push price just a little bit higher, they're going to get these folks. Okay? Everybody started shorting this big drop here. Everybody's stop is here and here. If you come up above about, I could go look it up. Most of the shorts are right here about 68.3. Or most of the stops and liquidations between 68.3 and 68.7. If they can get price back up there, I know it's this whole area. It's really this whole area. It's this whole area. You can see it. Boom. If you can really get price right up here at about 68K, you could short squeeze up everybody that's trapped. I mean, you can see they short, and then they, boom, trapped them, and they have not let them out so far, okay? I told the live stream this morning what I'm expecting. Let me refresh this mess. What this actually looks like to me is that we're going to form, here we go with another pattern. I swear to you, I'm not a pattern bro. I do recognize patterns, but I don't trade them, okay? I should say that. We look like we're forming an Adam and Eve pattern here. If you're not familiar with that, it's a sharp move down, a V-shaped recovery, followed by a constructive rounding bottom structure. It looks like that. Adam, Eve. This is what it looks like we're forming to me. I was going along here. I was looking for this. We ran that golden pocket on Bybit too. So we might get that on stream here. Kind of like oops. I was looking at this earlier. I can't remember where I saw it at. Maybe I'm back in here. Kind of like this. This is a miniature version of an Adam and Eve right here, okay? One had the big crash down. You had the V-shaped Adam, Eve like that, but this one broke bearish. You'd want to see that break. Most of the time they break to the upside. Most of the time. Really forms this little inverse head and shoulders kind of thing. That was a bad example. But something like that. You get the point. You guys have all seen it. Here's one right here. Here's one right here. Sharp. As a matter of fact, this looks exactly the same. Let's pull the fractal. Hear me not, fractal guy. Let's pull another fractal. Something like this, guys. Oops. What do I got going here? I don't understand what's going on. I inverted this. I think I messed this up. You guys get the point, though. You get the point. You get the point. I'll try it one more time. It acted like I had the magnet on, but I don't. It's acting like I have a magnet on. So it looks something like this. There it is. All right, you see it now. It's kind of what we're expecting. You know what caused all of this? Do you guys know what caused all of this? Anybody? 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 The moons. We had the bear moon, and it has not disappointed this time. The bear moon has not disappointed. We have a move down so far of about 7% on the bear moon. When will we have another moon? 2 weeks from this day, so right here, March 3rd will be the bull moon. March 3rd. By the way, guys, I got my, if any of you guys, not financial advice, have trouble trading in the United States or another country, not financial advice, you should not do this, but I got my new, I put a short video yesterday, let me cover some of this, my new Palo ID in, okay, it's a real ID, it's an actual ID. You can be KYC verified with this thing. It's an actual card, it's an ID card. And it is accepted by most crypto exchanges as valid KYC. It only lasts for a year. I had to get a new one because I got on MEXC and recently, and I had to get a new one to get verified on that. But yeah, what I recommend you do is when you get it, it only lasts for a year. It's only valid for a year. So go on to like 10 or 15 or 20, every exchange you can think of, and just get yourself verified, because usually you only have to verify yourself once. And go and get verified. That way, when this expires in a year, you don't have to rush out and get another one, because they cost like $250, but they're worth it. If account gets locked up, froze up, you're going to have to verify. And if you're in an area that you can't, Powwow ID, in the description of the video, there's a link directly to the Powwow. You do not want to get scammed on this, so go directly to the link and make sure you go to the correct website so that you get this ID. It takes about a month to get in the mail, and is well worth it. I've been locked multiple times on multiple exchanges and had to use my old ID, but this is the new one that just came in. You go to Reddit forums and people are like, oh my gosh, how do I get verified? I'm in the United States, I have 20 grand on an exchange, and nobody ever says Powwow ID. It's Powwow ID. P-A-L-A-U, Powwow ID. So go to our days. I haven't even updated this today. Let's update this. Let's see how many days we are now. 2026 from the Bear Cross. We are at day 34. So you can see, guys, we're getting very, very close to the average here. 40 days and 48 days. The average would be 44 days. That's 10 days from now. The fastest we've made the ultimate bottom is 40 days, which is 6 days from now. I'm telling you, it's exactly what I expect, guys. About a week and a half, about 10 more days or so. I think this week, about towards the end of this week, we move up, maybe even today. Midweek reversal. It's going to take a little while here, and then we come on down by the end of next week. We're 14 days from this one, so 2 weeks at the most. I'd expect us to be at an ultimate bottom. So do not, in my opinion, not financial advice, but be careful. Do not get caught when we break this level here, because I fully expect this to get hit, fully. We're getting close, guys. We're 34 days in, taking 40 and 48 days in the past 2 cycles. If you have any alts you want to look at, drop them in chat. We're going to go on those in a little bit. I did have one from the Discord. Wanted to look at Render. We haven't looked at Render in a minute. My boy Moin Marcus wants to see Render, so we're going to look at Render. Guys, I'm pretty stoked. I've been working on my new home office. I'm going to show you a couple pictures. I know it's off topic, but I want you to see where the Bitcoin magic is going to happen. We went and painted. It was this terrible. I think I showed you guys a picture. We got this huge Victorian house on a whole bunch of acreage. And I think I posted a picture of that a couple weeks ago. It's old Victorian. It's like 4,500 square feet. It's ridiculous for 2 people. But I got this office, and it was like this pencil eraser pink-ish color. It was terrible. We haven't moved in there. But I'm going to show you a couple pictures of it real quick. Here it was. There's my little bookcase. Let me do that again. Look at this. It's pencil eraser. It's terrible. I got a fireplace. That's a fireplace in my office. And this big window to like 20 acres of land. And we painted it, made it much more office-y. So now it's the blue. Looks a lot better. And my blue fireplace. So that's my office. This room is huge, by the way. I don't even know how tall it is. It's probably 20-foot ceilings. Like, it is ridiculous up in there. Anyway, that's where we'll be doing the Bitcoin magic in the old, creepy, haunted Victorian-style house on a whole bunch of acreage. It's a really pretty place, though. It's really great. So that's what we did all weekend. That's why I was kind of MIA this weekend. We're moving in a couple of weeks. We've only got one more kind of working trip down there to do on a weekend, and then we're moving. So we'll be there. Thank you guys for being patient with me this weekend, although we didn't really miss much. The only thing that was worth trading this weekend was last night's trade, and we took that. I made a whole bunch of money. Thanks, West Coast. And this, Catherine, Jane, whatever you want to call her, was like, hated this color, which I did too. She's like, it's like the ugly red. It's pink. It's red. I said, it's pencil eraser, baby. I said, it's pencil eraser. Like a freaking pencil eraser. Whoever painted this before is crazy. Yeah, dude, you should see the rest of the house. It's got this heavy, thick wood stuff everywhere. It's really something. It's really, really cool. Just the whole house, like these heavy wood archways. It's old. This house is over 100 years old. And so we just got to move everything in now. So it's going to be great. Thanks, Kerry Benz. I appreciate it, brother. It's I think I showed you before. It's the pink house. There's the pink house. And then we'll get right back to our stuff, guys. There it is. They got the pink house. That's it. She likes the pink. We may have to talk about the pink. We may have to talk about it. Anyway, enough of that. We're going to go into Bitcoin. Not a whole lot going on right here. We know our targets. I tell you, let's look at your poll. I want to see what you guys think. The question is, does Bitcoin break out to 72K this week? 57, about split in the middle. I think, yeah, the fractal is still in play. 43% say no, it's down only. Fractal is dead. I think the fractal is still in play. I'm going to show you why I think it's still in play, other than the fractal itself, right? And me remembering this is what everybody thought last time. I'm going to show you some indicators that tell me the fractal is probably still in play. Matter of fact, let's look at those now. Let me refresh. Thanos says, let her have pink. If I was smart, I would, right? I don't mind the pink. Hey, man, I'm a confident male. I don't mind. I don't mind pink. I don't mind pink. I have a good locker room joke for that, but I better save it because I don't know who's on. I do know that she's on, so I better save it. I better save my locker room vulgar. I don't mind. I'll be spending most time outside anyway. I hunt and all that good stuff, so. We've had the house for quite some time. We've just been kind of renovating it. Oh, by the way, Bitcoin bought it. So if you guys want to buy 4,000 plus square foot homes on 20 acres of land, take the dang trades I give you. Take the dang trades. Not financial advice, but take the dang trades. Bitcoin paid for our home. Okay, guys, so let's look at, I'm going to go to the 12-hour time frame. And we're going to kind of work. I posted this in Discord, but you guys see this pattern here. Thanos, Thanos, do you know what this pattern is called? Anybody? This is going to be a backwards pig. It's pig's nippling, guys. My pig is backwards. You're just going to have to bear with me. My pig is backwards. I don't know how to rotate it. Can you rotate these? I don't know how to rotate. But it's pig's nippling. It's pig's nippling up. Okay? I have a real pig somewhere on here. I just can't find it right now. It's pig's nippling up. So what that means is you're sitting on Cypher. You're setting a series of higher highs and higher lows, but you're not breaking the zero line, okay? So you're basically coming up, getting these higher lows. You're basically, if this were price, you would call this an ascending triangle, right? And you're just squeezing up in here. And once you break the zero line, it usually means big move to the upside before coming back down, right? And that equates on the price chart when you can break this. You haven't broke this yet. On the 12-hour, 16-hour, 18-hour, let me clear it up down there a little so you can see. Now, it doesn't have to play out, right? These aren't 100%. You're getting close to the zero line here on the 18-hour. Daily, you got 3 little nipples here on the daily, really kind of 4. Really 3. Either way, you got on 12, 16, 18, and daily time frame. As of now, these could be mitigated. They can be invalidated. But as of now, they are valid, okay? So I'm looking for these to play out. None of these lows have come and taken out the previous low. That would invalidate, right? That would invalidate this. Trying to see. Like here's one. Well, this wouldn't be one here. I was gonna say this, how you had low, 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 and then this, but it was already not valid because you had the spike come up here. The key is you haven't had anything come up above the 0 line. So it's just like this. And when it does, it usually launches up here for a big wave and then something like that, right? And comes down. So this is what I'm looking for. Now, the drawback to this right now is even on these time frames that are pigs nippling, the money flow is so thick in the red. I mean, it just doesn't look good. Let me zoom in on these. It's just so thick in red. Now, it is kind of rounding off-ish. I'm on the 12-hour timer. It is kind of rounding off, but it is still so thick in the red. So let's look at lower time frames and see how they're looking. Let's go to the 8-hour. However, pig's nipple is very powerful. So if we can get the pig's nipples to play out. Come on. All right, so I dropped to the 6-hour, and you can see here the 6-hour money flow looks much, much better. It has rounded off here, and it hasn't broken into the green. You kind of got like a little mini fake out there into the green, but you can see the trend is to come back up. Now, you did fake out in the green here, and then right back down, so you could come back down. However, it is close. It looks much better, like it's trying, and if you can get this to confirm into the green, then I can bleed over to the 12-hour, to the 18-hour, to the daily. It takes some time, but just like here, you know, you had a time rounding off, and then you got up here, and that probably bled over. We could go look, but we won't. But same, you know what I'm talking about. Same thing here. And when this happened, when you got the crossover, you got momentum waves coming up to the top. So if we could get this with some green crossover, I'm on the 6-hour, green crossover money flow, and these waves to start coming up, then we could get some traction, okay? Again, on the higher time frames, it looks terrible. So if these can start to play out, I think that could give us that little push to 72K, but the higher time frames still look terrible. So these, if we do get this push, are going to run out of steam, probably about 72.2K, and then roll right back over as the higher time frames, the weekly, the 5-day, things like that, kind of push it back down. It would take a heck of a move to flip those around, and that takes time. That takes weeks. There's an old saying in trading that tops are formed in days, bottoms are formed in weeks. Okay? When you top out, you just kind of run up there and top out. Now, there are exceptions. Not every top is that way. There are exceptions. You know, but like here, like I'm on the daily time frame. You top here, you just kind of run up and top. You top one day, you know, the next day you're on the way down. A week later, you're way down here, right? But here we are trying to bottom, and we're going on like 3 weeks. But you topped here in one day. You top in a day, you bottom in weeks. So this takes time, right? You topped here, you bottomed here for weeks. You topped here in one day. You topped here in one day, you bottomed for weeks. So you spend a lot more time consolidating than you do moving up. So for those of you wondering why I think we could top out and then roll back over so quickly, it's because you top in days. So I would expect this, a top in a day or two, something like this, roll back over, and then spend some time here. Wherever price goes to. You know what I'm saying. Bottom for weeks. But you just quick move up, top out, grab some liquidity, form the top, roll back over, spend weeks and weeks, if not months this time, because of the bear market, forming the bottom. So if the bottom is not currently in, which I surely don't think it is, don't expect to hold this trade long, because you top in days, you bottom in weeks. Okay, just remember that. So don't expect to hold this trade, and you're going to get opportunity of consolidation and higher. And that is not the part of the cycle that we're in my opinion. Okay, it's not going to look like this. Chances are it's going to look just like this. Top in a day or two. I mean, sometimes you get the top, and then you might come take that top and then roll over, create the divergence. Or you're going to get the top, come down, get the 618, pull back, and then head down. And this whole thing right here is going to take about 2-3 days, tops. And then you're going to spend weeks to months down in here. Hope that makes sense. I'm just trying to prepare you guys so that just like today with our little mini 10% profit trade that we had on the live stream, VIP Discord live trading, so that you have a plan. Don't get to the top, this is how my plan is, and expect to consolidate for weeks and then move on up. That's not my plan. If that happens, so be it. I'll just have to adjust on the fly. My plan is for it to come up, top, come down, either double top with bearish divergence or 618 pullback and down, and that to take 2 to 3 days. Otherwise, I'm going to get caught off guard and I'm going to miss the short if I planned for it to be there for weeks. Have a plan. Have a plan of a target of where you're going. Have a plan of about how long you plan to be there. It doesn't have to be exact to the hour. But are you going to be there for a day or two, or are you going to be there for 2 months? You need to kind of know so that you're not caught off guard. But be prepared to adjust as you need. I'll take any questions you guys have. Look at Thanos. Suey the pig. You're right. Suey the pig. That's an Arkansas Razorback thing. Woo pig suey. Anyway, so that is my plan. We're following the fractal to a T. We're pigs nibbling on the 12, 16, 18, and daily time frame. Money flow looks terrible on the daily 16, 18 hour, but it doesn't look bad on the 4, 6, and 8 hour time frame. So it's looking like it wants to give us a little bit of a move to the upside, but not too much of a move to the upside. The 4 hours already in the green, trying to come back down, but you could just get a little something like this. You know, you're already here. You could just get a little something like this and then come up and set something like this before winding your way back down, okay? And this could take a couple of weeks, which is about what we're expecting, 10 days to 2 weeks to hit the bottom, wherever that bottom is going to be. And you know our targets. By the way, guys, those of you joining us late, we're late on stream today because we are from now on doing VIP Discord trading only for the U.S. market open. We hit a successful 10% trade this morning. 10%. I'm going to start discussing trades in percentages and not dollars anymore. So if you're trading a $10,000 account and you had a 10x margin on there, then you made 10 grand this morning. Congratulations. Congratulations. Just kidding. You made $1,000. If you want to join us for that, come over to Anthony Flashbang. Anthony Lee, too late for that. I already banged the flash before I said that. Come to AnthonyLeeCrypto.com, and you can join the VIP Discord there, or hit up some one-on-one mentorship where you and I can chat it up on live Zoom, and we can coach you all of your questions, problems, things you need. You can ask me, and I will answer, and have a format layout instructional plan for you as well. So if you're just joining us, symmetrical triangle breakout, fake out, in my opinion, to the downside. We'll move to the upside. We did, if you don't like the symmetrical triangle, we just flipped it to a descending channel. Either way you look at this, they have a bullish bias, not certainty, but bullish bias, bullish probability breakout to our target. Take out the high here, which also is in line with our fractal that we've been following for weeks here. Okay, got our daily fractal here from the previous cycle. Same thing, we just swept the low, and I'll put them together here and show you. Both of these, the blue lines and the current candles, formed this right here before breaking out to the upside and then faking out and coming back down to the downside. This is what we're expecting. This is our plan. Well, let's look at the VIX. The VIX is open. We haven't looked at the VIX in a minute. VIX is up there pretty high, guys, which is giving cause for this dump. We're above the dump area, so it's kind of in this scary area. Let's see what we can be expecting on the VIX, though. We're going to go look at alts in just a second. All right, guys, we're kind of pigs nibbling here to the downside on the 4-hour time frame. If we could get this move to the downside, that could give us some relief, okay? If we could get this move to the downside. Money flow in the red. VWAP looking to curl over. If we can get this move to the downside, it could give us that relief we're looking for. Let's look at our Butta chart. Our Butta charts. Let's go to the 8-hour Butta. 8-hour Butta getting the red dot, guys. If this moves down, If we actually start to get the move down on this, that could give us some relief for Bitcoin and alts, especially alts, but Bitcoin too, just a greater percentage to alts. Get the 8-hour dot. Let's look at the 12-hour. 12-hour trying to give you a dot here. Daily looking bullish. So again, guys, your medium-term time frames, whether you're looking at Bitcoin, whether you're looking at VIX, or whether you're looking at the Buddha chart here, your medium-term time frames, your 4-hour, 6-hour, 8-hour, 12-hour, all of those are looking like crypto wants to go up. Anything higher than that, daily, really 2-day, 3-day, 5-day, all of that is looking like it wants to go down. So unless this, I believe we're about to get a little wave to the upside, unless it comes in super powerful, which I doubt, but if it does, it can start to flip the daily 2-day, 3-day, 5-day, start to flip those to bullish. But if that doesn't happen, you're just going to get a little push to the upside with the larger time frames pushing it back down. And that's exactly what I'm expecting. I see Buddha kind of flipping to the red right here on this candle. That's just what I'm expecting. 72.2 is even going to be a reach, but I think it can happen. I think you're going to be surprised at the fireworks that come tonight when Asia opens. For those of you just joining us, if you're not aware, Asia's been closed for the Chinese New Year for a week. And it was not open last night. It opens tonight. So they have liquidity to grab. Okay, well, great. Anthony, why do you think they're going to grab liquidity to the upside? Why wouldn't they go to the downside? There's liquidity on both sides. You're right. However, we're going to go to the 6-hour. Yes, there's some liquidity down here, okay? Yes, there's a little bit of liquidity down here, but there was more here, and that got wiped out last night. There has been zero liquidity wiped out from this, or this, right? This, or this. So 2 out of the 3 here got wiped out, okay? The only one remaining is the one set last night. 3 out of 3 to the upside still remain. I don't think they're going to move price all the way down and let these guys here catch a free ride. I just don't see that happening. It didn't happen last time. It doesn't look like it's going to happen this time. So I would not be surprised to see Asia move Bitcoin. Let's see. That's 10% up there. I doubt they do that, but I wouldn't be surprised to see them come take this 5% move. Back up to 68, 69K. First stop. Wouldn't be surprised. Asia, something like this. UK consolidate. The US finished the job. Wouldn't surprise me one bit. And by Wednesday, we're starting to move back down. Midweek reversal. Wouldn't surprise me. Let's see. By the time, and timing is a little off on this. It's the only thing that's off, just a little. Looks like this candle that we just got today was 1, 2, 3 days prior. So you can see that this candle where you swept the low, this candle where you swept the low, right? You swept the low here, was this candle here. Okay? So we're about 3 days behind schedule. If that trend holds, this is Monday. So this would have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 days from this. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. About Friday-ish. But end of the week, we could sweep this high. If this timetable holds. It doesn't have to. But if it does, we're going to look for an end of the week high. And then next week, move down. Starting the move down. Now this move down didn't happen in one day. How many times you took the high, you still had 18 days for the bottom from the time you swept the high. So looking at a couple weeks from the time you sweep the high. So it's looking like an early first week of March bottom, guys. I've been calling it for months, at least 2 months. That's what it's looking like. This is playing out. Just a couple days difference, but it's playing out. Let's go over to altcoins. I want to look at Render from my guy Moin Marcus. Jason Casper in the house. Jason Casper. Dude, my messages are messing up. I can't display them. We got the man, the myth, the legend, Jason Casper in the house. We're calling for a pump, bro. I don't know how long you've been here. Hang on, let me square up the shoulders. Got the fitness guy in the house. We gotta square up some shoulders here. He's got the greatest shoulders, guys. I don't know how he does it. He doesn't even train shoulders. Drives me crazy. Calling for a pump. We've been looking at the pigs nibbling. Pigs nibbling on the 16-hour. Pigs nibbling on the 18-hour. No money flow looks terrible, but we got decent money flow curving it upside on the 6-hour. Swept the lows from last night. We're looking to come up to 72.2 area. Take out some of that. Swept these lows. We hit this SFP last night. The Anthony Lee crypto crew hit it last night. All right, guys, let's go take a look at Render for my man Moin Marcus. I don't think I have Render saved on here. We looked at it the other day, though. Go to the weekly time frame. Guys, just keep in mind all your coins are going down. Is this all you got on Render? I guess that's it. We'll have to go with that. We'll just go with the regular USD chart. Render. All right, so Render, you are holding you've taken out your October 10th low. You are holding your point of control as of now. That won't hold, though. Render does have all of this. Doesn't look great, guys. It doesn't look terrible, but it doesn't look great. You do have this the problem is you don't have a whole lot of life of this. You don't have a bear market, not a real bear market. It was open. It was released during the bear market here. So you'll probably return to these lows. You'll certainly come down, in my opinion, to this value area low. What I can see is you have a clear vector candle down low that has not been mitigated, which would probably be a good target area for me. I'll zoom in a little bit on it. You can see this weekly vector here. Right here. You mitigated this one. You came and took 50% of it, so you may not come down here. However, you haven't touched any of this. If we zoom in, you can see you didn't touch any of it, not even a wick down it. In fact, you gapped it. So I could definitely see you coming down to there, which would give you another, even just to 50% of that would give you another 50% drop. I mean, that is what I would target on Render. I would target somewhere in there. Got that gap in there. Something like this. I mean, I think best case scenario, you did hold value area low. You held it as good support there. It was good resistance there. But you just don't have a lot of price action in this area. So we're not really sure how this is going to hold up. You don't have a lot of price action. You came in at the end of a bear market and you went right into a bull market. And so this is going to be the first real test to see if it can hold up through a bear market at all. Although the structure doesn't look terrible, when I'm going for altcoins next cycle, I'm going to look, I've told you guys before, I'm going to look for coins that have good, in my opinion, liquidity spots that haven't been taken out. And you do have a series of lower highs here with liquidity residing above each. So it'd be one thing like if you had this high and then you came down and then this high took this out, I would say this doesn't look good to me because you've already mitigated this high. Chances are you're not coming back to there. However, you haven't mitigated any of this. So, you know, and I don't know anything about Render. I don't know anything about the fundamentals. But let's just say you just bounce the range here because that's pretty much what you've done. If you continue to bounce the range, that's another 500% right there should you come down to value area low. I would look for lower. The problem, guys, on Render, when you get below point of control, you have this massive volume gap, and you really don't get your first decent tick until right here, which is where we have our green box. So if you hit this volume gap, you're probably fixing to fall through. Look at last time you hit it. You fell right to a value area low real quick. When you came up through it, you wicked right through it in 1 week candle. So both of these were 1 week candles. So I think if you lose point of control again, you're definitely going to take these lows and probably not stop at least until you get the value area low. That would be my opinion. That'd be my opinion. I'll look at any other alts you want. Good job, Thanos. Thanos hit the WorldCoin trade we gave last night. WorldCoin pumped up about 3%. Good spot trade. Good job, brother. Proud of you on that one. But at the end of the day, guys, I still like this fractal. Like I said, even if you were looking at this as it's following to a dang T. And I'm not even a pattern guy. You know I'm not a pattern guy, but it was the symmetrical triangle. You know symmetricals usually fake out. But even if you say, okay, well, it's not a symmetrical anymore, okay, well, now it's a falling wedge, okay? It's a falling channel. Either way, both of these, symmetrical triangle with a fake out to the downside has a bearish upside bias. Descending channel has a bearish pattern with a bullish bias to the upside. Come sweep the highs, come back down, just like our fractal. Revamp wants to look at SUI. All right, Bitcoin's moving down. Let's see if we get a trade here, guys. Coming into the golden pocket. Let's see what we got going on. Guys, check out KCEX. I'm going to hit the banner up top, KCEXtrading.com. Go to don't even use my affiliate link. Go to KCEXtrading.com. Get your account. We are in the golden pocket right now, guys. Let's see if we get a reaction. We do have some unconfirmed divergences on the 3-minute. Very unconfirmed, though. I don't like this. But it doesn't matter what I like. Let's see if we can get the bounce, get the reaction. I can get a little trade here. Let's look at 6-minute. Okay, got some divergence on the 6-minute. We mentioned looking for this area earlier in the stream when we came on. Got some unconfirmed divergences. Money flow coming down though, getting thicker in the red. Doesn't look great. 12-minute red dots. One minute. No dibs on the 1 minute. We have Bjorn. All right, this is what we might want to see. We have Bjorn volatility at the extreme highs. We have stochastic ticking sideways. If we can see a tick up here, if we could see it tick up here, it'd be worth a long for me. I'm treating this as a scalp. If I take this, it would be a scalp only. I want to see this tick up, though. I want to see stochastic tick up. That red line that keeps appearing, that means you're hitting extremes on volatility. It's kind of tapping in and out of extremes. Treat this as a scalp if you take this, guys, in my opinion. At this area, I'm treating everything as a scalp. I TP quickly, stop loss to entry, or at least stop loss at whatever low it is. And if you catch a runner, you catch a runner. We know our targets, but I'm still going to TP quickly and protect my trade. Plus, we're already up $3,000 on the day. Good job in the VIP Discord this morning with our trades. You guys did awesome. I'm proud of you guys. Max killed it. Thanos got in a good one. Carrie Benz, proud of you guys. Yeah, stochastic still headed down, guys. Not looking good so far. Coming into my favorite 702, though. See if we hold the 702. It's my favorite fib. I don't really like this so much, guys. I'll give it another minute, see if we can tick it back up. At least want to come take this high at 65,160. It's not looking good though. Let's go look at SUI. Not getting the reaction we want to see. I'll keep an eye. I have an alert set. All right, let's look at SUI. We're not going to count that first big release candle. That's just nonsense. So we're going to go for the next candle over. Actually, SUI doesn't look terrible. It's actually holding up really well. What I don't like about it is I believe that every coin will eventually come take out that October 10th low. It has not done that, but it is quickly working its way down there. So you got your October 10th low here. This looks strong. This just looks like a good value area range bounce, right? You've bounced. You got into what's considered overpriced, right? Came back down to the range, and you're making way down to point of control. Take out the wick below it, probably the value area low. The key will be, do we change market structure on the super macro? Do we come take this low here? And if we do we SFP it, or do we start to live below it? That's not good. I don't know anything about SUI fundamentally, nothing at all. But this doesn't look terrible. I strongly believe you're going to come take this low, and when you do, you're going to hit this little volume gap here, right? It's going to bring you right down to value area low. I would be interested in buyer at value area low, not financial advice. Again, I know nothing about this. To possibly swooping this low here, right? But if you significantly lose this low, I mean, if you don't absolutely bounce right back from that and reclaim this wick low, I wouldn't be interested in this coin. But if you did and you just range played this, I mean, that gives you a 600% move back to the upside, and this coin looks good. You have a series of higher lows setting in, so you should have some good liquidity here. You'll probably form one here, something like this, right? So you'll have a good series here to come back in the next bull run to rotate you hopefully back up to there. I do like this. It does look good. But again, just not a lot of history here. It's only been around for a couple of years, so you don't know how it's going to perform. Not every coin holds up in a bear market. You just don't know with this coin, but it does look good. It looks okay. It looks good. You guys know I'm a big fan of Fetch AI. I just got on this one recently, but I like the Fetch AI. I know my chart's a little busy here, guys. That's because I'm planned out and ready to go with this sucker. If we get this 2-day close below here, I've showed you the 2-day window before. If we get the 2-day close, which is closing today, I would expect the rotation back down to 1350. So I've showed you that 100% of the time in history, when you close below each one of these lines on the way down, each one of them, you rotate to the next one. Close below this one, rotate to this one. I've showed you this in history. So if it closed below this orange line, I would look for the next couple days to come down here, which is where I would be a buyer at. I do think we take the October 10th low ultimately. So this is a good looking coin though, guys, in my opinion. It's already done a 47,000% rally, but that was from this weird low down here. But it's a good coin. Bullish market structure. Looks good. This is one of my major coins I'm going to ride up next cycle. I'll be holding me some Fetch AI. Let's go back and look at Bitcoin. Bounce in the 786. No sign of strength yet, though. No sign of strength. This is a no trade for me as of now. $24-minute. You got the Bjorn volatility headed straight up. Stochastic's getting low, but it is headed straight up. If you can see stochastic flip here while volatility sits high, this would make for a good bounce trade. But so far, we're not getting that. It doesn't look good. If you're going to hold an area, though, this is where you want to hold. If you don't hold this 786, we're probably coming from the low set last night. All right, guys, we got any more alts today? This is the second live stream of the day. We hit the VIP Discord live trade earlier, made some good profits on the U.S. market open. Good job, guys. We nailed the trade last night. Given in Discord, we nailed the WorldCoin trade and the Bitcoin bounce, the good SFP. Good job on that, guys. I'm proud of you. I am expecting, as of now, just to recap, I am expecting to move up to 72.2. This is how it looked last time when we swept this low. I think Asia opening this evening is going to be the ticket. I think you're going to see a big, powerful move to the upside, at least initiated. And then I think we roll over and take the low. You know my time frame from this. I've showed you guys this chart. In the past, it's taken 48 days and 40 days to reach the bottom. We're on day 34. Everything's looking exactly the same. That is from the bear cross, which is the 5 EMA, monthly 5 EMA crossing the 13. Everything looks exactly the same, and it doesn't have to play out that way, but until it breaks, I'm going with this trend. I'm not even a trend guy, but this has been so exact you can't not at least file it away and consider it. So, all right, guys, if you don't have any questions, that's it for me. You know what I'm looking for. I will be available in Discord the rest of the day. I don't have much else going on today. I've already hit the gym, little chest tries and abs in, and I'm going to watch this. If I think we can get some strength and kind of reverse this thing to the upside, I will let you know if and when I take the long trade. But it doesn't look good right now. So Revamp says they had bought back 25% of the circulating supply, but it's still dropping. Pump is still dropping. I'll take a look at Pump real quick, then I got to roll. I'll take a look at Pump real quick. Everything's dropping. Everything's going to drop. Ooh. Is that it? I mean, I can't even chart this. West Coast. We found a coin that looks almost as bad as your Pi coin. This looks terrible. If you gave me money to invest in this, I would go do something else with that money. I would take the missus to McDonald's for about 3 weeks in a row. No, bro, I'm not making fun of you, Revamp. I'm not making fun. This looks terrible. I mean, since this coin was released, first of all, it's not very old, so you don't really have any high price history to go by. But since it was released, yeah, you got a little move up, but you can't trust this because it was just released. It is literally, since you released it, right there, has been nothing but straight down. And it is showing no signs of stopping whatsoever. Carrie Ben says no coin is worse than Gala. Listen, I told you, bro. When you're gifted free coins, that should tell you should sell them immediately when you receive free coins, because that means whoever had them didn't want them. And they said, let's give it to somebody else, make them feel real special. That means you should sell them immediately. That is so funny. Yeah, but, bro, this coin looks terrible, man. It is literally like a falling channel. I mean, it is just falling. I don't know anything about it. Trump could come tweet later that he is partnered with Pump and this thing could run up to $100 for all I know. But technically, this thing looks awful, and it's one of the worst that I've seen. But it is not as bad as Pi. It's pretty close. It's pretty close. No. Pi's the worst. This thing has literally done nothing but head straight down, like literally. Since it was released, it has not seen one nickel higher. And this thing is terrible. Yeah, for sure. Classic. This is a classic rug. Both of these, in my opinion, Pi and Pump are just classic rug situations. For sure, 100%. But anybody looking at this that thinks, oh gosh, this is Pi, it went to $3. We're down here at the lows at 12 cents. You know, that's a, whatever it is, 30x return. We're going to go back. I know it's a fairly new coin, but this, like, there's no way. There's been zero interest in this. I don't see any possible way you come back to $3 on this coin. Technically. I just don't see it. This is not I would delete this from my watch list. As a matter of fact, I didn't even put it on my watch list. I only bring it up because West Coast was gifted Pi. Same thing with Gala. Carrie Benz. Yeah. Good job, guys. But you know the coins I'm interested in. I'm interested in Fetch AI, WorldCoin. Render doesn't look bad. That XVG. Keep that on your radar, guys. It's a newer coin. Thanos gave me this coin. It's a newer coin, but I like this coin. It is a privacy coin like Monero, which Monero, I know you don't get this often, but Monero's done like an 11,000% from the release. He looks just like Monero, except in the earlier stages. You haven't gotten that yet. And this is very bullish. We have a good target, a clear area where it likes to return to. Very clear area. Setting higher highs. It's been around for about 4 or 5 years. You set a higher high this cycle, which is rare to go and do that. Most coins did not do that. You can't count this because it was released in the bear market. So you did nothing but set higher highs. I like this coin. It looks really good. You have strong support. If you can hold this green box, I really like the potential of this coin. Most coins are already down here at their point of control. They've already taken out their October 10th low. Most coins. This one is nowhere near it. which means people do not want to sell this coin. That is showing significant strength. Now, I think as Bitcoin comes down, this will come down. But people are not as willing to sell this as they are all the other coins. That's got to tell you something. You have to understand that. This coin is showing strength with a massive downtrending bear market. This coin is showing strength. It's still way up here compared to other coins that are down here. So I am very interested in Verge. XVG is the ticker. So, all right, guys, Bitcoin dumping. Doesn't look good. I'm staying away from it. We'll look for it to swoop the lows and see if we get a reaction there. Good swing failure pattern. We might be in play there. I'll let you know in Discord. I appreciate you guys being here. The Lord has blessed us today. It is a good day. We give all praise and thanks to Him. I love you guys. I will see you.